Hello everybody and welcome to Storm Raids, and today I am going to be doing my August TBR. I have two things that I'm wanting to do in August. One of them is Readathon, which is the magical Readathon. I'm sure everybody's probably heard of it. It's a really big Readathon, and you take your character and you're going to school. You have your school in April the first time, and then we have school in August, and whatever you picked your character to do in April affects how your August is. And so I picked my character to be a mage hunter, and so now that I've went through this is the second part, and so I have to get my letters in these certain things to be able to be a mage hunter. And so the first one is spells and incantations, and with that I need a D, which is the last letter. There's 3 letters in each thing, and so that means that I have to have an O and a Q before I can get to the D, which is what I need in that. So for O, I need spells, which is to use a color wheel and then find a book with that color. So I found this like color picker, and you push like the random and it picks a color. And then I'm going to try to find a book that has some color on it that's the same color, or at least as close as I can get to it, hopefully. And so we'll see. So we push this random button. It's like right here. And okay, that is an ugly looking pinkish color. So hopefully I can find something. Yeah. It's like a light purpley pink color, and I will be back and see if I can get one of my books to match this color, hopefully. Okay, so that wasn't as hard as I thought, because I automatically thought of one of the E-arcs that I have, which is the other thing that I'm wanting to concentrate on in August, is kind of like an arc August. And so I told myself I'd only finish out this magical readathon if I could fit a lot of E-arcs into it. So this works out perfectly, because I really want to read this book, and it's Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Amanda Flowers. And so I put the picture up here, and I do think that it kind of has this color in it a little bit, not like a whole lot, but it does have like this really kind of purplish color. You'll see it here. I'm sure if I had an actual copy of it, you could probably see the colors a little bit better, but yeah, I'm gonna make it work. This is what I'm gonna read. So that's my one for the spell. And then the next one I need is a Q, which is Incantations, and it says find someone else's TBR and read a book off of it. Well, there are several people in the Killing Time with Cozies group that have this book on their TBR. They're going to be reading it, because we've all kind of been buddy reading. And so I'm going to use it. It's a little cheap maybe, I don't know, because I had kind of planned on reading it anyway, so I figured it works. But it's Deadly Director's Cut by Vicki Delaney. It's the second book in the Catskill Summer Resort. And I really, really wanted to fit this in here somewhere so that I didn't have like an extra book that I needed to read. I'm trying really hard. And then the next one is, I need a D, which is Hex, and that's the annotated book. I hate annotating. I will not scribble in any of my books. I do not like doing that kind of thing. I don't like it because to me it takes too long to read a book. I don't like to hash out all the things and critique and do all that kind of things. It's not me. I really don't like to do this. So I'm just going to take one of my ebooks that I have and outline some things, do some notes. If I think a quote sounds cool, I'll do it, and I'm going to call that annotating a book, because I don't really like to do that. So not a huge fan of this prompt. But I will give it my best try. Okay, so the next class I need to do is Conjuration, and I need a Q. So that means that I have to read the O and the Q books. So Okay, so the O is Foundations of Necromancy. So basically, I need to read a book that has a necromancy theme. Not high on my list of books to read, to tell the truth. But I did look up necromancy books or books that had it about that, and also somebody had told me that The Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco is about necromancy, and so that's what I'm going to read. I found that I could get it on audiobook, so that's what I'm going to do, because it's a chunky one, because it's like 600 pages, I think, or something like that. It's a big one. But I actually, in my NetGalley pile of shame, I actually had a arc of this, e-arc of this at one point, and I never got to it. So I'm still falling within the whole arc August, I think, by going ahead and getting to that one. So at least I can officially knock that one off. And then the Q is Tales the Bone Tale, and it's to read a book with bone on the cover. And so I do have an e-arc that I need to get to that I haven't got to yet, and it's already been out, and it's called Under Lock and Skeleton Key by Gigi Pandian. It's a cozy mystery. I think it's the first in a secret staircase type. I don't know. I'm hoping I like it. There's bones all over the cover, as you can tell. I'm a little leery about it, but I really want to try it, because it's one of the newer cozies, and I don't jive a lot with some of the newer ones. But we're going to try it and see. And as you can tell, I really don't know, like, the synopsis or anything for any of these books. I'm just telling you what I'm going to read, and then you'll find out what they're about during my weekly reading vlogs, because I don't know. But anyway, so that's the two that I need for Conjuration. And then for Restoration, which is the last class that I need, I only needed a no. So I only need to read one book for this class, and that's Object Restoration. And with this, I need a single object as the focus on the cover. So I already had a buddy read scheduled with my friend Barb, and I asked somebody else if they thought this went with that kind of a theme, because I thought it did. So I'm going to read We Will Rise by Tim Wagner. It's also one of my e-arcs that I need to get to. I keep saying that I'm not going to read this author again, and then he kind of pulls me in. He's really strange. I'm kind of hit or miss with his books. They've never gone past, like, above a 3. Like, I think I've gave a couple of them a 3 and a couple of them, like, 2s. So, I don't know, but I'm going to try again. And so we're going to buddy read it, and hopefully that'll get us through the book. I don't know. We'll see. The only thing I know about it is it's about ghosts. So, I do know that. So, there are quests that you can do throughout the month, and I have a book for most of the quests. Now, these are things that you don't have to do, but if you do, you get more points for your teammates. I am in the Archivist Guild, and so the more points you get, the higher up the guild points and stuff is for your guild. And so you get, I think, 10 points for each one of these that you do. So I do have some books for some of them, and these are just going to be, I hope I get to them. I've made them some of my e-arcs. Most of them are e-arcs, so that way that I think maybe I can get to them. But you also have to remember that I do not read really fast when it comes to ebooks. So I don't know how many books I'm going to get to next month. But there are some of these that, since they are older e-arcs, I can get them on audiobook, so that will help. So the first one is an author that starts with a B or an F, and this has to do with something. I didn't write it all out or look. Each quest has like this big thing. Maybe during the reading vlog, I will go into a little bit more detail whenever I'm actually reading the book that goes for this. But it is, the one I picked for this is Amari and the Great Games by B.B. Alston. And B.B. Alston, so it's the author starts with a B or an F, so it starts with a B. I've started this one already, and I just had to put it to the side because I just didn't have time to read it, and I really want to get to it because I really liked Amari and the Knight Brothers. which was the first book, and I'm kind of curious to see what Amari is going to get up to in this one. So far, it seems like she is not going to have such a good time. And so I'm really curious to see how it goes. The next one is a read a book and post a pic reenacting the cover. So that would just depend on if I want to try to do that or not. You like post it on Instagram or something like that. I'm not quite sure about that one. But then the next one is to read a book that has a movie adaptation. She also said that you could do like a TV adaptation. So I'm going to go ahead and read the second book in the Bridgerton series, which I forgot to write down the title. I just put Bridgerton book 2. So it's right here. You can see the title because I've forgotten what the title is. And then the next one is Shrubbery on the cover. And so for that one, I have Dead Cry Justice by Rosemary Simpson. Now, I need to read the book before this one. But this one is the one that had a shrubbery on it. So I have to read 2 books in that series to get... so I can get this one. So I have to read... well, I have to read 1 more to get to this one. But you know what I mean. So I'll be reading 2 books from that series, basically. But yeah, this one had shrubbery, and the other one didn't. Darn it. Then you have a buddy read. So a buddy read a book. And so since I'm buddy reading We Will Rise with my friend Barb, I'm going to count that. Because you can double up as long as it's a class and a quest. You can double up the book. But you can't double up any of the class ones. If that makes any sense. In my mind, it makes sense. I don't know about if I'm explaining it right. Then read a historical fiction. And so I'm going to read a historical mystery, which is pretty much the same thing. You still get a lot of history. And this is Secret of Bow Lane by Jennifer Ashley. It's the latest book in the Cat Holloway series. I want to say it's number 6, but I'm not sure. I did not mark it down here. I should have, but I didn't. And then another quest to do is a book with potions or poison. And so I'm going to do The Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poison by Kate Kavari. It's another e-arc that I need to get to. And then More Than One Animal on the cover. And so I have Canter with a Killer by Amber Camp. It has a horse and a dog on it, I believe. So that would be 2 animals. And then another quest is Book with a Morally Gray Character. And I'm sure I am going to have morally gray characters in some of these books that I'm reading, like the Necromancer one. I'm pretty sure it could be probably morally gray. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'll read one that I can stick in that slot. I just don't know yet. And if I can fit any other e-arcs, then I would like to get to as many as I can in the month of August. But like I said, I don't read ebooks fast. I don't read print books fast, and so we'll see how things go. And so I have a few other books that I need to get to. These are all on audiobook, thank goodness. And that would be Promise Canyon by Robin Carr. It's the Virgin River number 11, and me and my friend Barb are going to buddy read that. And then the Killing Time with Cozy's book group does 2 scavenger hunt prompts every month. And one of them is yellow on the cover, so I'm going to do No Good Tea Goes Unpunished by Bree Baker. And it's the second book in the Seaside Cafe series. You can see it's got some yellow on the cover. And then the next prompt was a 2-word title. So I'm going to do Evil Woman by Julie Mulhern, which is the Country Club Mysteries number 14. And that will catch me up until the newest one comes out, because I think it comes out later this year. If it's not out yet, I don't know. I just know there's another one coming out, so. And then also buddy reading with a few of the gals from Killing Time with Cozies. I'm going to read Murder in an Irish Pub by Caroline O'Connor. It is the 4th book in the Irish Village series. And I feel like this could be the make it or break it of the Irish Village series. I'm not really enjoying it that well. Like, it's just a 3-star read for me, which is okay. I think as long as I can get along with Siobhan, which is the main character, and the fourth one will be okay. But she just kind of irks me a little bit. Doesn't bother other people that are reading it, and that's cool, but I don't know why. She just rubs me the wrong way. So I'm going to try book 4 and we'll see how that goes. And I'm hoping that I will enjoy it more than I have the other ones. We'll see. And so, yeah, I think that's all of the books. I won't say that there won't be other books that I add in and I don't get to some of these books, because I do that all the time. I just don't stick to TBRs very well. It's like whenever I tell myself that I have to read certain books, then like I rebel and don't want to. I want to read this book, or something comes in on Overdrive and I would rather read it. And I do have some books on Overdrive that I do need to get to, and I will try to fit them in if I can. I'm not going to mention them because I don't know if I will be getting to them or not. So you will see them in like the weekly reading vlogs that I do, if I get to them or not. And so, yeah, have you read any of these books? Let me know what you thought about them in the comments, and cross your fingers that I can get through these and I can pass my classes. Anyway, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.